Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Fiery Moon here to do the daily oracle message for today. I hope everyone is feeling alright. We are currently in the new moon energy for this next cycle. We're just going to jump right in and see what's going on for today. I am using the Mixed Emotions deck. Just as I was tapping into the energy, I just, was feeling, like just, how can I explain it? Like in the feels. So that's why I said, let's see what's going on. Let's see how everyone, is feeling today in correlation to the energy that's around us. So in regards to the collective, what messages do we need for today? It doesn't feel bad. Like I'm almost feeling like, how can I put it? Like, it's almost like a yearning for almost touch. Like wanting to be, physically touched. Or even like hugged or embraced. So, someone may be feeling that energy. It doesn't have to be like in a sexual way. But, for some of you, it can be, just the energy at play. Like I just feel like a need for, closeness, connection, almost. Wanting to feel secure. And that could, be the Venus and Cancer energy. It is still in early degrees of Cancer. But I feel like, that may be on the minds of some. Let's see what needs to come through. Just calibrating the cards to see what's going on in the energy today. What messages do we need for the collective? As I was splitting the deck, we have vulnerable and safe. So that's just a little bit of confirmation of what I'm feeling. Let's see what's going on for today. What messages do we need? I'm gonna do one more. So bottom of the deck we have overwhelmed. Swamped, inundated, and burdened. So, for some of you, you may be feeling this overwhelmed energy. I feel it like energetically there is a lot going on with the planets right now. 3 of them, the Sun, Moon, and Mercury, are in Gemini. Venus and Mars is in Cancer. Jupiter and Neptune are in Pisces. Saturn is in Aquarius. Uranus and Taurus, and Pluto in Capricorn. So there's a lot of energy at play. And some of you, this may, pertain to a situation or circumstance where you're feeling, overwhelmed. You may have, a lot on your plate right now, trying to, get organized. I almost feel like a sense of disorientation in a way. But you just could be, carrying, as it says burden, trying to handle a lot right now. It could be in regards to family, work, the home, life in general. There could just be a lot going on, or at least, you're feeling, and what you may be feeling is just all of the energy that is going on around us right now. Then up under that, we have regretful, which says remorseful, sorry, or repentant. So, this could be you, or just the energy around, feeling, this regret energy. Maybe there was an opportunity that you feel is no longer like almost viable. And especially with powerless, you feel like it may be out of your control. Because powerless says paralyzed, ineffective, and weak. Or, especially with Mercury being retrograde, that regretful energy, could be coming up, because with Mercury in retrograde, it's retrograde, it's a review, and it's a slow down. So as well, it's a review of the past, whether that's, past people, places, or things, situations, or circumstances. But whatever, you may have some, past regrets that, you feel that you don't have any control over. But, either way, there is just a lot going on energetically. So just make sure, if it's you, you only know your story. But you could just be feeling the influence from, all of the energy that's around us right now. So I'm gonna leave overwhelmed out, and then we're gonna see what else comes out. So what other messages do we need for today in regards to the energy? What other messages do we need? Messages do we need for the collective? What messages do we need? So the bottom of the deck we have unsure, coupled with exhausted. And this is really just confirmation of the overall energy of being, that feeling of being overwhelmed. For some of you, it definitely is in regards to work. You're not sure, what you want to do. You're not sure even, where you're headed. Exhausted says fatigued, drained, and spent. And uncertain says, unsure says uncertain, doubtful, and indecisive. like I said, this energy of like I was feeling of, you know, wanting to like you're yearning for connection. You know, like I said, touch is coming through really big. At least in what I'm feeling. And with that, you know, this is that energy here. Wanting to, you know, almost receive love. For some of you, you know, it is in regards to a love situation, but it's, you know, this love card for me is representing like the connection. Like I said, even, you know, feeling the need to, you know, hug someone, touch someone, embrace someone. And it's like you almost feel like that energy may be, you know, you could be panicking, feeling like it's fleeting you. With the panicky card, it says alarmed, anxious, or fight or flight. It's almost like you feel like you may even, you know, be losing the connection for some of you. So just take it how it resonates. And, you know, it could have been, you know, with receptive here. It says open, accepting, and welcoming. You know, it's like it's almost like an energy of you wanting to be loved for who you are, or cared for just for being who you are. And it's coming through, you know, really, really strongly. Like, I even feel like some of you may be crying, because that's what, you know, like I feel like right now, especially with the water on this receptive. Or if, you know, if it's not you, this could be going on with someone, you know, around you who's feeling, you know, depressed. And this excited, I feel like, is like almost, although it says excited, elated, thrilled, and enthusiastic, I feel like, how can I say it? This depression may be going on like behind the scenes. Like you're almost like covering it up. But it's like you want, you know, that energy. I strongly feel like this is Venus in Cancer. Energy coming through very, very strongly. But let's see what actually came out. Because we have trapped, imprisoned, cornered, or stuck, unfulfilled, dissatisfied, incomplete, and purposeless. Then we have fulfilled, which is satisfied, self-actualized, and realized. And vulnerable, defenseless, unprotected, and helpless. So just with this energy alone, you know, you may be feeling like you're stuck in something and, you know, you're not happy. It brings you no, you know, the heart speaks to, you know, emotions. There's no emotional fulfillment there. Where in whatever situation that you feel you may be stuck in, you know, place it where it goes for you. But with the fulfilled card coming out right after, it's like you're almost, you know, trying to figure out how to get, you know, this fulfillment. It's almost like, you know, a Nine of Cups energy, you know. And because you may be so overwhelmed, you know, you're not even like having, you know, the time to, you know, figure out what it is that makes you happy, what it is that you want. Because the fulfill card speaks to, you know, on its own, you know, it says satisfied, like I said, self-actualized and realized, like knowing what satisfies you and going after it. As you see how she's pointing at the star, and she's also, you know, collecting the stars in the depiction. But with this together, I get the energy of like trying to figure it out. Pardon the sirens, but you guys know sirens are confirmation for me. But it is, just saying like, I just feel like a sulking energy. And then we're vulnerable here. It says defenseless, unprotected, and helpless. Like I feel like this is an energy that you may be, stepping into, where in the past, maybe you were afraid of, being vulnerable. But being vulnerable is what ultimately, opens you up to, go after the things that you want. But it's just like you're at a fork in the road, and you could be overworking, trying to push through it. But it's like I said, it's just like you wanna like almost feel supported in a way, because in this overwhelmed card, it looks like you're even if you're in a relationship or in a dynamic where there's two or more people, it's like you're the one holding on to all of the burden of the situation is really all I can say. We're gonna get another layer out. Yeah, and feeling like there's nothing you can do about it. We're trapped and powerless. Then again, we have love at the bottom, like feeling like love is, fleeting. Or like, there could be, a love connection that, you may feel like you may be losing. But it's almost like it's not, you're not happy in it if that's your situation. Or it could be a job. Any messages to reading? And then we have confident coming out under unfulfilled. And it's like you're afraid to, like I said, for some of you, this is confirmation that vulnerability was something that, you were, like you didn't want to step into. Because the confident card coming out with unfulfilled, the confident card is my Fool card. It says self-assured, courageous, and bold. But at the bottom of the deck, we have afraid. And up under that, we have angry and irritated with resentful. But this is also speaking like the fulfillment that you seek can only be obtained by you. With that, that self-assured energy. Then we have encouraged coming out with fulfillment. So it's almost like, again, the encouraged card is, going after, something that you want. You're being driven. It's like you're almost, like I said, some of you just want to feel supported in what makes you happy. But it's not so much as being supported. You have to support yourself and what makes you happy. You have to, because the fulfillment card says self-actualized. So it's like you almost have to realize what that fulfillment is for you, and that is what builds the confidence and encouragement within self to go ahead and do it. Which would bring you this, that excited feeling. It doesn't have to be, remember we seen it coupled with the depression card. It doesn't have to be what you show and then how you're feeling. This could be what you show and how you're feeling. Any other messages? So we have out irritated coming out with vulnerable. And, for a lot of you, this could be, what you're pondering on. Should I be vulnerable? Not be vulnerable. And because, the way that you may be pondering it, it could be, irritating you. Annoyed, aggravated, or bothered. Like, it's because of all this air Gemini energy, it could just be weighing heavily on you mentally. And then with compassionate at the bottom, it's just like, I feel like it's saying, don't let the fear of being vulnerable get you like agitated. Don't let it do that. Have some compassion for yourself, for one. But also look through it through the lens of, being compassionate with others as well. Because then up under that we have free. And we started with trap. Like, how can I put it? Like, almost don't let the receptivity from other people block you from doing what you want to do. Don't let it block you. Don't let it bog you down. Give me one more for this irritated card, and then that'll be the reading. One more for the irritated card. Tell me about irritated. So with irritated, we have safe. And what this is saying is, for me, and just what I'm feeling like, it's safe to be, vulnerable. It's safe to, say what you want. Do what you need for you. It's safe. Don't be so irritated that, in order for you to obtain this, or to utilize this vulnerable energy, not the fear of, but the stepping into. If it disappoints others, so what? Like, so what? It's like you're doing what's best for you. You're honoring, yourself with the grateful card. Or even if you have to let people, places, and things go, just be grateful for the experience so that you can move on. Don't feel like, all hope is lost with the hopeless card. If anything, especially right now, is leaving your life, it's for a reason. And it's not to hurt you or to harm you or to, be looked at as negative. But just from what I'm seeing and what I'm feeling in these cards, it's almost like you're sacrificing your well-being for others, like for the satisfaction of others. And the cards are saying, like, no, this is for you. Self-actualized, self-assured, encouraged. Because this unfulfillment, it's only one person on this card. The vulnerable card is calling out to me. I know I said I was gonna just clarify that. Oh my God! And I was just about to say this. Thank you, Spirit. I was just about to say this because when I said, like, with this card, the unfulfilled card, it's only you on that card. But I was about to say, like, even if, then I seen the lonely card before it even came out. It's telling me that you could be surrounded by people and still feel this loneliness, or you have this fear of, that you're gonna be alone. But who are you? Like, how can I say this? Like, what's the purpose of feeling, the fear of being vulnerable, even if you're surrounded by people and you still feel lonely? It's time for you to honor yourself with the respectful card. Or honor, people, places, and things that, have that reciprocity, that respect you as you respect them. And by being vulnerable, this is how you'll even come out of this feeling, if that's your situation. And, you'll start aligning with the people, places, and things that won't leave you feeling like this. It'll be mutual. So, yeah, it's like today's message is, how can I word it? Like, instead of fearing the vulnerability, step into it, is what I want to say. And if you upset some people, oh well. Because what you're carrying right now is, I know they say, you'll never get more than you can bear. Ooh, and my candle went out. Pardon me. But especially for those of you, like, in connections or work scenarios, whatever type of scenario, even friend groups, if you're carrying the brunt of it, it's time for you to make the decision to, discern what's yours and what's not. And if the majority of it isn't yours, put it down and only carry what's yours. That's just the easy way to say it. Look. And I was clarifying the overwhelmed card. Relief. Let it go. Like, and get inspired. That'll create the space for you to do this right here. To have the time, the space, the clarity, what's the word I'm looking for? To almost feel like, to create what makes you happy. So don't fear vulnerability, or fear being, alone, or fear being whatever the fear is. step into, you know, the energy of being vulnerable. You don't know what's going to happen. All right, so that is the message. Step into vulnerability. All right, so as always, I thank you for tuning in with me. Sending love and light out to you all for the day. And, you know, I will see you all on the next one. All right, later.